Yes, come in. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Seth with Salesforce.
Nice to meet you.
May I take a seat?
Yeah, feel free. I'll join you.
Thank you. Well, first, before we get started, I just want to give you my business card.
Awesome.
Just so in the future, if you have any sort of questions or anything after this meeting, you could always feel free to contact me for basically anything that you have questions about.
Okay, I'll keep this. Thank you.
Well, Pat, is that a skateboarding trophy that you have right there on the wall, man?
Actually, yeah, I used to throw down back in the day. That was from my heyday back in the skateboarding.
Really? Where'd you get that?
I got it at Tampa Am when I was about 13.
13?
Drove down to Florida with
So
my mom.
you were skating against Paul Rodriguez,
Right.
Chris Joslin.
Right. Wow. I didn't know you were a fellow skater, member of the skating community.
Yes, skated for roughly 6 years.
Oh,
but
wow.
man,
I love skateboarding.
yeah. Who inspired you to skate?
I was, from as far back as I can remember, it was always something I was interested in. I saw the older kids like with the skateboards rolling around, and I wanted to be like them. And so as soon as I was old enough, I was picking up a board and messing with it. So around 6th or 7th grade, I started taking it seriously.
Wow, that's pretty intense because that's exactly around the same time I did. It always kind of pushed me
Right.
to better myself and kind of get better every single day, and also it pushed me towards my goals. So really why I say that is for your company. First off, I want to congratulate you for being in business for 25 years.
Oh, thank you.
And also I wanted to ask right now, what kind of goals are you guys looking into?
I'm sorry. Right now, we are looking to grow with our current client base. We've got a steady, group of customers that we work with in our 300 retailers that we use, and so we're just really trying to push sales through those current clients right now.
Okay, and how many sales people do you actually have on your team right now?
Right now, we've got 20 salespeople internally.
Okay, and how would you say the communication with you and all your salespeople is?
That is actually something that's kind of a pain point for us in this company. There's kind of a breakdown in communication when it comes to information access. All our salespeople all kind of use whichever software they're most comfortable with, ranging from Excel to Microsoft Outlook and other accounting, data resources. So there's 3 different things, so we can lose some time trying to communicate with each other because they're on different platforms.
So about every week, about how much time do you think that using these systems that you're currently using? Actually, first off, let me ask you, with using these systems, how is it getting your company by? How is the efficiency of these systems?
Efficiency is definitely lacking. I would say I probably lose about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day trying to, get all this information understood. And, it's not affecting our business too much. We are growing at 10% per year. But we would like to grow further, and, a couple hours a day is going to add up.
Okay, and with those couple hours, what would you do instead if you were to implement something like Salesforce? You might free up a little bit of time, but with that extra time, what would you do with it?
I would like, as VP of Sales and Marketing, I would like to be able to spend more time, with customers and maintaining relationships, driving new marketing campaigns, and being able to focus my attention solely on those things instead of the mundane tasks like, accessing this information and trying to get it all under one roof.
Yeah. Well, with Salesforce, it's basically whenever you log on, the interface It's very similar to Facebook. So basically,
Okay.
you can, whenever you use your messaging on Facebook,
Right.
whenever you log on, if you need to contact or talk to a Salesforce rep, or not Salesforce rep, but one of your reps,
Okay.
you can go ahead and just, send them a message, say, hey, how are your numbers today, or whatever, instead of having to pick up the phone every 10 minutes and call every single person. And also, you can just really, if you don't even want to have to, reach out to them, you can actually log on there and actually just see the data, and everything's being processed on real time. So as soon as
wow.
as soon as
That's great.
yes sir, as soon as he's making a sale,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be able to access it. So basically, if you're at lunch, maybe with your family, friends, with another client, and you might be able to actually go ahead and just access that and show it to them.
That is beautiful. That's a game changer. That is, something I'm concerned about with wanting to grow in our company. Having that real time updating would save us hours and hours per week. So just that factor itself is huge. Is definitely something that sounds attractive to me.
So you think that so right now, what do you feel about implementing Salesforce?
Of course, with implementing any new software, I'm kind of tentative. I think you mentioned the user interface, but of course with new software, I got kind of cold feet on jumping into it. Sometimes they can be kind of complex, but if it's similar to Facebook, most of my employees are on Facebook as well, so that's refreshing to hear. Besides that, how am I supposed to know that my information is going to be secure if I'm just basically sending it all over to you guys?
Okay, so it's going to be used on a cloud-based software.
Okay.
And our cloud is actually monitored 24/7. We have techs that are in there in a lab that are looking every single account and making sure that nothing suspicious is happening. If something suspicious does pop up, it goes into a mode to where they can easily access that, and then maybe get in contact with you and make sure, hey, is this actually happening? And kind of check in with you and let you know that make sure that the data that's running through is relevant. So if it's something that that's unknown, we can definitely shut them out as soon as possible. Like I said, we have big accounts with JBL and other big companies that are in the same industry, and they. Like I said, I could have them actually come down and give you a breakdown of how their experience has been.
Okay.
I don't know if that might be able to boost your confidence a little bit more about the product.
They're definitely one of the shining stars in our industry. If you can handle, the amount of data and the security that they demand, that's very encouraging for me to hear, because we aspire to be a company, of that scope and scale. It's definitely interesting. So when it comes to, there's a couple different, I'll be honest with you, there's a couple different systems we're looking into, such as Microsoft Dynamics and Sugar SRM. How does Salesforce stack up to them? Because we run Microsoft on these computers now. It seems pretty, logical that we would just take on another application within our...
Well, I'm really glad that you brought that up, Pat. Here's actually a printed document by Forbes magazine showing you the difference with Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, and Sugar CRM.
Oh, great.
And really what we try to base our product on is how user-friendly it is, and the implementation of how fast we can get you to set that account up, and really just trying to increase communication within an organization.
Okay.
So if you do plan on implementing that, that would be something that I would definitely take a look at, because all our competitors are good products.
Sure.
But that's really what differentiates us from everybody else.
Okay.
Is there any other concerns that you have, Pat?
I think, you know what, I think I've covered most of the things I can think of now, but I do have your contact information here, so, you know, sometimes things pop up, so I can definitely reach out to you
Yes,
if
sir.
I can think of anything else.
And here's just like, I'm not trying to make you sign a deal today. I just want to go forward with the process in the future.
Sure.
So here's a letter of intent that if you could read it over and just maybe if you could sign that, then maybe next week we could get together again and maybe any other questions that you might have about the product, we can go over that and go into deeper detail when we have more time.
All right, let me tell you this. I will take a look at this and look it over with my legal department and go over some of these stats you've given me here with my IT team this week.
Yes, sir.
And how about I look at this and reach back out to you, and maybe we can have this signed and set up another meeting and move forward in the process from there.
That sounds great to me, Pat.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, I appreciate your time for today.
No problem.
And,
Thank you for coming in. That was very valuable information.
Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a call.